Hey everybody, we're here with Dennis from First Sip Brew Box, and I met him at Fresh Fest, and I want everyone to know what he's doing and what his brand is. What's up, Dennis? How you doing?
Doing good, guys. Glad to be here.
So jump in. Tell me what you got. Let's hear it. Tell everybody about it.
Absolutely. So my wife and I started First Sip Brew Box about 3.5, going on 4 years ago now. Just as a side hustle, as a hobby. She really helped me narrow down my focus to figure out like what we should be doing. So she brought me a home brewing kit, started making beer. I was like, this is cool. Let's start a brewery. And then we looked into how expensive it was to start a brewery. Back then,
Mm-hmm.
2016, 2015, brews were popping up left and right. So we're like, all right, the market's getting a little crowded. We don't have $250,000 to start it. So let's send beer out in the mail. And then we went to go do that, working with the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board and their legal counsel. Back then it was legal, just became legal. Legislation was on our side. We were super pumped. And then we found out, they said, Dennis, look, after 4 or 5 months, uh, we don't know exactly how to do this, but to be safe, how about you buy a beer distributor or a restaurant and attach a license to it? We're like, great, another 250,000 to 500,000. We don't have that, so we could have stopped, we could have gave up, but we pivoted one last time to the model that we have here today, where we focus just on merchandise from breweries, the swag, the story of that brewery, and then we go ahead and partner with small mom and pop shops all over the country that make things out of beer. Pure jelly, seasoning, hot sauce, candy, pretzels, soaps. It could be anything. We put these unique collaborative projects together in our brew box, and we send it out all over the United States and 4 other countries: Canada, Ireland, Brazil, and New Zealand. And if you're somewhere that we didn't mention, we'll figure it out. We'll get you your really cool American memorabilia brewery swag and send it all over the world. We're also a veteran owned company, as you could tell, a minority owned company and a woman owned business. So we're just out here checking boxes.
Oh man, that's excellent. So, how do you procure? So okay, so I sign up for your subscription, right? So it's a
Yeah,
subscription
yes,
based product.
absolutely. Yep.
And do I get a box every month, or how can I work that?
You get a box every single month, cancel whenever you want, hit pause whenever you want, super flexible. So we have 3 different tiers. We have the Brewmaster, where you're going to go ahead and get the unique brewery swag, and something made out of the brewery's beer, like a cookie, or something like that. Then you have the Enthusiast, where you're going to get all the stuff from the brewery plus other businesses that have made something out of beer, what like the beer candles, the soaps, the candies, that kind of stuff. Then you got the Mac Daddy, the connoisseur brew box. So then you're gonna get everything I said before and even more stuff inside that box. Sometimes it's even hard closing the box, so it's going to come a little misshapen. We got it taped down, bubble wrap, because that's one heavy brew box coming to your house. And we also send them out to clients for corporate gifting, recognizing your employees, like all kinds of stuff. So we're super flexible.
Excellent, excellent. So, so the box comes, and I know you have 3 levels. So,
Right.
So just tell me, like, generally, what can I expect out of like, what kind of swag can I get?
Right. So that shows up a little differently depending upon the brewery. It could be a T-shirt, pint glass, hat, koozies, coasters, stickers, all kinds of stuff like that. Some breweries we have that have like a big bottle program where include like signed little stamped corks that would go into the bottles, bottle labels, like really unique stuff that you couldn't get unless you went to the brewery. And sometimes even then you couldn't get it because it's the stuff that they use behind the scenes.
Excellent, excellent. And I don't know, I've been noticing this is going to drop pretty soon here. Talking about early September in 2019. Recently I've seen a lot of media blow up. What's been going on with that brand as far as you getting your name out?
Absolutely. So a lot of heart and hustle. We're seeing a lot of, the search engine optimization work that we've been doing, and coming up with a concept called Storyable. Before we were trying to, get people to write about us. We're doing this cool thing. We're helping small businesses and breweries all over the country get their word out and share their story. But the media was like, yeah, it's kind of cool. we might get you on their next article or some, along those lines. I got tired of waiting for people to write about us and talk about us. So we decided to do unique concepts and make them come to us. We were part of Pennsylvania's largest veteran-owned brewery collaboration. So a few months ago in April, we got 21 breweries. They're all veteran-owned together in Harrisburg, the state's capital, to brew a beer together. We worked in conjunction with breweries in PA, which are a big media outlet that helps small breweries in Pennsylvania. So we all facilitated this together. We had a veteran-owned brewery box, which was super cool. And we saw the buzz that we got with that. I was like, this is a thing. Let's do more. So as we were coming out with these different concepts, so Kennywood is an iconic amusement park to Pittsburgh. They've been around for over 100 years. I remember growing up, like we actually had Kennywood Day, right? Where you would have to go and buy a new outfit just to go to Kennywood. Like it was a thing that all the schools like took advantage of. So it was super cool. And I thought about it. I was like, no one's brewed a beer with Kennywood. How has this not happened? So we've been a part of their Brews in the Park Beer Fest that they do every year. We've been doing it this will be our 4th year doing it. I reached out to them, little old first Sip Brew Box, from the outside looking in, we're like this big company with all these employees. And then when you peel back the curtain, it's just me and my wife running around, heart and hustle all the time. So I thought, okay, let's just reach out to them. What's the worst they can say? Maybe next year or no, or send us a proposal. But what they did say was, this is great, super interested, tell us more. I was like, holy Santa Claus shit, this is real. So let me go ahead and find a brewery. And what brewery screams Pittsburgh more than 412, which is the primary area code in Pittsburgh? So 412 Brewery, because they have to do good beer. I wanted to be Pittsburgh centric, and it has to be someone I can spend 8 hours on brew day hanging out with, and they're the perfect brewery to do it, right? So went ahead, reached out to them. Within 30 seconds, the owner was like, yes, please put this together. So I went ahead. We just brewed the beer a couple of days ago, and we're going to call it the Log Jammer's Revenge, which was an iconic ride through our whole childhood that they just retired that ride. So it's going to be a really cool beer, a Belgian-style Saison that we put together. And fun fact, we actually reached out to Garrett Oliver, master brewer at Brooklyn Brewery. And I was like, hey, Garrett, just maybe he doesn't remember me from Fresh Fest. Maybe he does. Tagged him on Twitter. Hey, man, can you please email me? We want to run a couple recipe ideas, to you. So he helped us out with it. And just the amount of knowledge he has in beer is just insane. So that really kind of blew it up from us from there. The Pittsburgh City Paper wrote an article about us. We partnered with Ibu, I don't even know how you say it, IMBIBE. It's like an old school word for drink. They're a big New England magazine. They heard about us. They want to, feature us in their magazine. They sent us like 1,000 copies to include in brew boxes. Bearded Black Man wrote about us. We were featured in Esquire magazine, and we're just jumping on podcasts and working with you. It's just been crazy. It's like a roller coaster ride the last 3 weeks.
Man, and this is this, and a lot of this buzz you were telling me in pre-production, a lot of this came from your visit to Fresh Fest, right?
Yeah, so some of it came from Fresh Fest, meeting folks like yourself, Garrett Oliver, Beard Black Man, folks like that. But really, most of it, I would say, it's coming from just working on our SEO, putting it out there, partnering with people. Because our biggest mantra is the best friend of a small business is another small business. If they're growing, we're growing. And that's what we truly live every single day with creating our strategic partnerships.
So if I have some brewery friends, if any of them see they work in breweries, or they are the brewer, or they are the owner, how can they get involved with you?
Absolutely. Just shoot us an email, dennis@firstsipbrewbox.com. Message us on any of our social media platforms. They're all at First Sip Brew Box on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Hit us up on there. You could do it all, and we'll definitely be in touch with you guys. But the biggest way that you can help, share our stuff on social media. Just hit us up. We'll send you a PDF, print it out, post it at your favorite brew pub, your favorite brewery. A lot of our subscribers they work at breweries, they're brewers, they're home brewers, so they're people in the industry that really love it. Reward your teams too, right? So if you're a brewery owner, you know your people and yourself work yourself to the bone. Working at a brewery isn't just being a rock star like everyone thinks. Tons of work go involved in making that delicious nectar that you brew. Reward your teams. We'll do a customized brew box and send it out to you guys. So super flexible. Where we want to work with you for sure.
Right, and you can probably see, I have it up, the hand tailor boxes.
Yes.
Can you talk just a little bit going a little bit more in depth about that? Because it seems like you guys are, you're kind of not kind of, you're very very structured with your subscription boxes.
Right.
So that means that I think the hand tailor boxes, I feel a little bit unstructured that's going on there.
Right. So it's not necessarily that it's unstructured. They're just a little bit more customized, right? And we only do that.
I'm sorry.
We only no worries. We only do that for our business clients for the most part. So to give you an example, we work with 4 different real estate companies that I approached them saying, hey, how are you guys rewarding your clients? They were like, oh, well, after we close a deal on a house, we go to the store, we find a bottle of wine, then the next day we go buy cheese, and we got to find a basket or a box to put it in, then we drop it off. I was like, how long does that process take you? They're like, about a week or 2. I was like, how about we do a brew box with your logo on some koozies or a pint glass or something like that, and we do unique items made out of beer, and we'll automate that process and send it out to whoever you want. They're like, wait a second, this is going to save us so much time. So now every house that they sell, we do a customized brew box and we send it directly out to their clients, and they do nothing.
Well, that's excellent. Is there anything else that we missed here that you want to get out?
I think that's pretty much everything. Please, go follow us, be a part of our journey. We want to be a part of yours at Versus Brew Box on all of our social media handles, but we're mostly on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you follow us, give us a shout out. I mean, that's the biggest thing that we can ask for. And Pinterest, we're really trying to figure that out. That's hard.
That's still a thing?
It's still a thing. Well, here's the thing. Like, women decide what's being bought in most households. They're the buyers. And Pinterest is mostly a female-driven platform. So we figured none of our competition is on Pinterest. So we went ahead and doubled down on there. We found a gap in the market, and we're trying to double down on that sector.
Yeah, and your product is a really good gift idea too, obviously.
Right.
So, for your man ladies, let's get it rolling.
Get it. And
I don't know if the ladies have a lady. I mean, again, I've met so many ladies that love beer. So it's it can work the other way too.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Because we do have like a lot of cool stuff in that box. There's going to be beer soaps, beer candles, and some of them, like that kind of stuff. So there's something in there forever. Yeah,
beer
forever.
Food. So
pretzels made out of beer.
Everybody. Right. So it's not really actually beer. It just applies to everybody.
Right. And I think that's more of an experience, right, that you can share with people. Yeah, you can get beer. You can go down to your local six-pack shop, local brewery. You can get beer. Really but what we offer is more of an experience from small businesses that you never even heard of before.
Well, thank you, Dennis. Thank you for coming on with me and sharing your experience. And I wish you the best of luck. And we'll see you soon, buddy.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.